Hello there, Jano here once again, and in today's video I'll be trying to create a new deck from scratch in Project Kinesis. Since I've been playing the Gauntlet, which is the advanced mode that has lots of challenging decks, it also rewards us with lots of cards and with some victories that I achieved with my previous Mystics deck. I could gather lots of different cards that do lots of stuff. So my goal today is try to build a good deck with a mixture and some kind of synergy that those cards might have between them, and then play a few games in that advanced mode to see how the core ideas can sort out at the end of the combat. Okay, so I'll be also be explain why I gonna put the card here and there and what my ideas are, so you guys can have a glimpse of how to approach your own customized deck the way that you guys want. Okay, right now I have just a little bit more of the half cards that there is in total, so I have plenty of cards that I would like to have, but unfortunately I do not at the moment. Okay, so okay, to create a new deck, just create this and let's call it mix 01. Okay, some generic name there, but we can change this later, of course. Okay, so let's start with the domain. I have a few domains here, such as Fortress, that if I control 3 or more combatants, I can restore 1 domain health. Then I have domains such as Fjord that heals 1 health point of the missed combatants if they are injured. However, I do not want to stick just to one archetype. I want to have something more, have a broad approach, as I could say. And in my opinion, the Battlegrounds is perfect for that because he gives us a really fast start. And after I play combatants and start to make trades with my opponent, it also is good because it heals 1 health point of all combatants that are injured at the start of the combat. Okay, so yeah, I think it's pretty much complete. It's not overwhelming, but of course it's a really good domain and it's a rare one, so I think it's the best one for our purposes here. Okay, with that said, let's jump to the servants. I like the number of 24 lotus flowers. It's, of course, this number varies what you want, how you feel the deck. You can increase or decrease. It's up to you guys, but I like the idea to keep to 24 basic Chinese generation, which is the Lost Flower, and have something around 6 or 8 advanced different servants in our deck. I will not be putting the mutation expert because it needs to have lots of mystics in deck to really proc, and it costs 3 to play. It's quite slow, so I don't think for this deck it's good at all. So let's, same thing for workshop handle. It depends to have 4 mystics in play. Let's see if we have more good servants here. The Necroflower is good. However, I really like to play if I would have 10 or more, because then it would start to be broken. So this is for another deck that I have an idea. Maybe I'll do if I can get more Lotus Flower, Necro Flower in future. I can make a really good deck from it. Let's keep searching here for good servants. This one is for Angelics, do not serve our purpose here. Yeah, the Wrath Flower is a good one. If at the beginning of your turn, if you control 3 or more combatants, generate 3 kinesis. I want to populate our battlefield with lots of combatants, so this one is a good one for that purpose. No servants here. Also, no good servants here. Still no good servants for our purposes. The Venerable Monk. This one is good. At the beginning of turn it generates 1 kinesis, so it's a Lotus Flower at base. But when a creature deals a critical damage, it doesn't need to be a mystic. It increases that amount by 1. So for each critical damage your creature is going to deal throughout the game, it keeps stacking the amount of kinesis it generates at the beginning of turn. So this one is good for sure. Even though I will not plan to have a big boost on our critical damage, it's just a plus for this approach, okay? If we get some critical damage, good. Otherwise, not good. It's not bad, actually. It's not bad. Okay, Holy Breeze is an amazing servant because it only procs if our domain is hurt. However, we have ways to auto-inflict damage to our domain, so this one is sure a good one, and we have pretty good cards that synergize a lot with this Holy Breeze here. Soul of Gaia, in my opinion, the best servant in the entire game. It costs 5, it's a rare one, and at the beginning of your turn you generate 1 kinesis for each kinesis creature. So if you have it in play along with 9 other Lotus Flower, only this one card we're gonna generate 10 kinesis per turn. So this one is pretty busted. Okay, let's see if we have another good servant. No, we do not have. So as I said, I like the idea of having at least 30, half of the deck be kinesis. At the moment we have 24, 5, 6, 7, 8, so I'll be placing 2 more Lotus Flower here to have this base here, okay? But of course you can be free to increase or decrease. And remember that on last patch I implemented a system, let's see here, and bad starting card system for both you and your opponent. It's basically, of course there are a few hints here and there, but if you do not have a good amount of kinesis for when you start the game at your hand, alongside with the 10x cards that you would draw, you reshuffle without you noticing. Okay, so there is a ain't bad start, because if you lack for kinesis for the next 10 matches, you 10 draw, sorry, you would not win at all, and your opponent also, so the game feel a bad win if you do not have the challenge, or bad lose because you couldn't do anything. So I implement this to avoid that. Okay, so let's go for the fun part, which is the combatants. So I'll not be putting lots of the starting mystics here. Our purpose is another. Try to populate the battlefield as much as we can. I really like those creatures because they make me win a lot. Of course, there is this kind of creature that randomize its attack costs at the start of turn for each of the 7 archetypes. I'll be putting 3. Of course, the limit is 3 for combatants. Let's see what else do we have here. I like the Tempest Colossus. It's a big creature that helps to slow by slow, deplenish the enemy's combatants, servants. Creature means both combatants and servants, so it's definitely a good card. Plot Trickster is also a good card because it can, on the late game, is good because it can, rather than die, sacrifice one of your servants, and it would liberate a slot for you to place a better servant on the late game. So it's, in my opinion, it's a win-win card that needs to be here. A Black Soul would be nice at first, because when it enters the game, you search for all Black Souls, the same card from your deck, and put in your hand. So you tutor them, and this is huge in this game. Since I have 3, even 4, but of course our limit is 3, I'll be placing it here. If we do not have anything better, I'll just keep it here. Okay, here are the caustic cards that at start of turn deal damage to your domain and to the enemy. Those are good alongside with the Holy Breeze that I mentioned before. However, I just have 1 Holy Breeze, so I don't think they're good. They're gonna hurt me a lot if I do not have the Holy Breeze. So I just keep them here for the moment. A Busher, when it enters the game, it has a chance to kill 0, 1, or 2 enemy creatures, both servants and combatants. This one is amazing, and I lose lots of games because of this creature here. A Natural Predator is another good card. When it enters the game, it deals 4 damage to enemy combatant. It helps a lot with building tempo, decreasing the enemy creatures. Throat Seek is another good card, however, I think it lacks some synergy in this deck here. Giant Stork, okay. I actually do not like the Giant Stork. When it attacks, both players return a random combatant from the play to the hand. So sometimes it is good, sometimes it's not. I think that it has to be a deck around it to be really good. Snowball, of course, when it kills a creature, increase the dice type. It's a good one. Mags of the Portal is another good creature. When it attacks, I put a random combatant from my hand to play. With these Mags of the Portal, I could have some big creatures in my hand and try to play them without paying its high costs. For example, this Charging Rhino that costs 13 kinesis, right? Demigod of Fertility is a busted card. When it comes to play, it duplicates the effect of all servants. So if your servant would generate 2 kinesis, for example, it will generate 4 instead. So this one is good. I have 2 of this beautiful card here. And there's no card here caught my attention. On the Lord, of course, when it enters the game, you draw 6 cards, your enemy discards 6 cards, and you lose 6 domain points. And your opponent loses 6 domain points. Wild Rover, when it enters the game, draw a card for each automaton you control. This one is another amazing card for you to keep the pace and keep drawing cards, which is huge in this game. The Leviathan is a pretty big creature if you can afford to wait and play it. However, when I've been playing with it, I noticed that I've been lost a lot trying to wait for have it played in the right moment. So, and mainly against the other good decks, you almost do not have any chance to play it actually. So only if you could play it with the Mags of Portal. However, it would even transform the Mags of the Portal. So I do not like this card here in this deck. I really like the Army Gear. If you have 3 or more combatants, you return a card from your graveyard to your hand. This one is huge. This one is good also. On Summoner, when it enters the play, you and your opponent returns a card from the battlefield to hand. So if I could return a good card such as Demigod of Fertility or even the Underlord, it synergizes a lot. So I really like it. Army Stomper is a really good card too, because whenever it attacks, if you control 3 or more combatants, it deals 2 damage directly to enemy domain. Let's go. I do not have any angelic here, and this card is amazing. Every time I play it, it felt so good. When Skyforce Infiltrator ends the game, increases by 5 the max health of each creature that is not angelic, that you control, of course. So each other card that are not angelic, it increases by 5 the health and also heal them for that amount. So this one is amazing. Army Rager. If you control 3 or more combatants, increase by 4 all critical chance for them, which synergizes really good with the Venerable Monk. Let's go. Here it is, the Venerable Monk. We have 6 more cards to place. Aspect of Justice is a good card because I really want to accelerate the amount of kinesis from this starting slash mid game. So yeah, I think it's a good creature. It's not that bad. I'm thinking about the Nexus. For each damage Nexus deals when attacking only, the enemy puts the top card into his graveyard. So, for example, if this card deals 6 damage, the enemy will put 6 cards. Remember that when your cards from your deck goes to 0, you do not have any more cards to draw, you lose the game instantly. So yeah, let's make a test with it. Maybe we can pull a victor. I like the Pacific Entity also because it makes a strong defense from the beginning. 8 life for 4 kinesis. Has the downside that it cannot attack, but whatever. It serves for defense only. Here is a good one. Winter Duelist. It has 17% of critical damage for its own, which is good. And also, when it deals critical damage, you draw 1 card. Drawing cards in this game is huge. So I'll be having it on our deck. Sharpshooter. Okay, a really nice one. When this card attacks, reduce the cost of attack by 1. So it starts by 7, then goes to 6, 7, 8. It's a really good card. And of course, it's 1d8. So if you can lower... Oh, of course, you cannot lower lower than 1. So 1 is the limit in this game, okay? Bear that in mind. Well, Hex Abolisher, he's a great creature, 1d10, he's pretty big for some purposes, but however, I don't think it's good here. When he enters the game, all combatants lose their abilities. There is some combos that you could do with this. For example, cards that do negative things to you and they start to not doing that anymore. So, however, in our deck it doesn't make sense in my opinion. Okay, I really like this Guiding Pix. It's a small creature. When it enters the game, it reduces the attack cost for our combatants by 1. So, for example, it's synergized with the Sharpshoot that already reduces its own attack costs. For a summoner, I could start to bouncing it a few times. Yeah, it's a good card in our mix here. So let's wrap this deck with those cards, okay? So we are already 24 minutes in this video, so I will wrap here and I'll make other videos showing you guys how this deck is going to perform against the advanced decks in the gauntlet mode for Project Kinesis, okay? So stay tuned, thank you very much. Our goal with this video was to show you guys how I would approach the deck building for this kind of deck, okay? And I have this in mind, so I hope you guys enjoyed it, and see you guys on the next videos that I will be playing with this exact same deck, okay? So stay tuned, thank you very much, bye bye, see you later.